Hello and good evening here in Christchurch. And how are you today? I hope you're having a good time. And for some of us, it's time to go back home, head home from work. For others, it might be the beginning of the day. Wherever you are, have a great day or a great evening. Enjoy the time with your family, your friends, and your colleagues. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about leadership and personal development into leadership. Some people may think when you talk about leadership and good leadership, you may be thinking somebody who's famous and who's really done a really good job. For instance, Nelson Mandela could be an example. And you will have somebody in mind, maybe from your country or from your times in school maybe as well, right? Teachers are great leaders. Some teachers are great leaders as well. And what about parents? Have you thought about that? Parents are also leaders to their children. And especially those who have big families, large families with lots of kids. You need great leadership skills. So I wanted to talk a little bit about personal development into leadership. And telling you a little bit about my story, if you wish. And how I feel I developed. There were things that I have learned the hard way, as we all do. Sometimes we need those little challenges, something to make us then break through and realize, okay, no, this is not the right way. And my story is that I grew up thinking that I needed to be great at whatever I did. And I put a lot of emphasis to learning, to doing things as good as I could, and to mastering them finally. And I thought that was good leadership, starting with myself, of course, and leading a life of example, of being a good example to others. And in fact, in some way, that does inspire other people. And I work together with teams, for instance, with other people towards the same goals. And doing a good job was, on one hand, really great. On the other hand, that wasn't leadership, was it? It was leadership to myself, but not to others necessarily, because I was focused at that moment on being perfect. Let's be honest, that's what it was. I was focused on trying to be perfect at what I did, and in some way, I guess, standing out, trying to stand out from the crowd. Especially, and I'm thinking about maybe back in the 1990s, when there was a big recession. I was living in Argentina back then, and it was very, well, common. It was happening all the time that people were losing jobs. And you could get lucky if you maintained yours. And as we know, very often, we work because of the money. In one sense, maybe it's not all about the money, but we do need to maintain a livelihood. And in that sense, losing a job is a big threat. And especially in times when there aren't too many jobs, when it was a period of a lot of downsizing. So wherever you went afterwards, you were competing much harder to get in. So first, you wouldn't want to get out. I was very young, and that was what was going on. Downsizing, threat of losing your job. So naturally, I mean, I already had, I must say, I already had some perfectionist tendencies, but that made me even want to work harder and show all the good things and how good I could work. with time, this was not really what I needed to develop into a leadership role. Because as a leader, it's not about you performing great. It's about helping others to perform great. And not only one person, a great performer, make them a star performer. It's not about that one. It's about managing a team that is really doing a good job. Each one of them individually being able to do a good job and together work and coordinate them so they can all deliver great. So it's really moving from this focus of me, I can do this and trying to stand out to really, okay, how can my team, what does my team need from me to stand out? So there's a big shift, as you see, a big shift. And I only understood it after stopping work, actually, and having a good reflection and developing personally myself. And my growth journey began towards a leadership role, began really training in coaching. So I learned to coach others. And before that, I needed to coach myself. And I needed peer-to-peer coaching as well to actually bring that out in me. In my case, I trained with Tony Robbins. Other people train with other people. And if you have the opportunity, for instance, in your job to ask for a mentor or ask for a coach, this is a great way then to develop further and much quicker, because they are the ones who will ask you those questions that make you think, to gain a different perspective, another perspective. And even this tiny shift, if I had known better, I would have developed much faster. I'll leave you with this. Have a think about that, and please do leave your comments. Have a great day, great evening, good night, and see you next time. Bye-bye.